my name is Blue Chan, but of course you can call me Blue. And today we're gonna be doing a reaction video. I know it's been a long while, and I'm going to let you know up front that these might become more scarce over the summer months because I'm a very, very busy Blue. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays dedicated to streaming, so that takes up 17 hours of those days typically. And we will get into reaction video. I just want to catch everyone up who doesn't, or who can't. That is a better way to say it. Who can't, catch the streams. So Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, full days streaming for each of those. And the rest of the time in the summertime, I'm basically getting ready for winter, so to speak. Right now, I'm ranking one of my neighbor's wood. My uncle's wood's going to be coming within the next week or two. I need to get my own wood split and ranked. On top of that, I need to dig out the dam and basically put that back in by myself. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out. And on top of all of that, I still have regular game testing tests, usually at this point, 5 to 7 of those a week. Some of them have been coming before streams, so I've had to push streams back by like an hour. So yeah, busy times, but I'm still going to do my best to try and get reactions up for you. Just know that they will become more scarce than they already are because my workload has doubled, maybe even tripled compared to what it was up to this point. So yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know that ahead of time. And yeah, I think we should get started with this. Today we're going to be reacting to, let me get over there for you. Whoosh. We're going to be reacting to how a turtle accidentally created the perfect AI streamer. And no, it's not me. I'm only 10% AI, you silly goobers. Anyway, let me get out of the road so we can get started. I'm excited for this. I'd had this setting here for a while. Oh, one last thing before we do continue on and actually officially get started. We likely will not be reacting to Evil's birthday. The whole reason for that is I actually recorded part 1 of a 2-part series. And unfortunately, the audio for my voice came out so bad that you can't make out anything that I said. It was all just garbled nonsense. I'm not sure why. But I don't feel like if I watched it again, it would be fair to you guys because I can't give my genuine reactions twice, right? So I'll leave it up to you if you want to still see me do it. Like I haven't watched part 2 yet. If you want to see me react to the 2-part series through Crawl, or do it the really condensed down version from the Neurosama channel itself, I can, but just know I already know what's coming for a lot of it. Or at least half of it. Anyway, let's get started. Boop!
I feel sleepy. Can you yell as loud as possible to wake me up?
Hello.
Neurosama is the #1 AI VTuber in the world, and her training data is Twitch chat.
And I'm kind of starting to smell like a gym bag right now, oh god.
She can talk, sing, change her form, she plays games, she reacts to fan art, has a whole host of sound effects, demon voices, can prank call, and can even flip.
What's next?
I mean, that's more of a spin than flip, but that's just being, kind of nitpicking a little bit.
More than any other AI, she feels the most alive. A real being we get to see develop and grow unlike anything we've ever seen before. And today, I want to
Absolutely.
look at how we got here, how the Neuroverse started from the very beginning. Back in the day, Neuro was just a bot for playing the rhythm game Osu. Neuro's creator, Vedal,
Vedal, dude. First name is Vedal, last name is Johnson. Ved.
Vedal Johnson! I love how there is so many different ways that the twins say his name. Vedal, Ved, apparently Vedal Johnson. Do they ever call him Vedal? Like, it's always Vedal, Vedal, or Vedul, Vedul. It's never Vedul, 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 as, well, I forced myself to start saying it that way because that's the way it's supposed to be, right? But anyway,
Ved, you are technically a cereal flesh bag, and more specifically a mosquito. Cold fish maybe.
Very simple. Alright, it could not be more obvious.
What are you up to today, little turtle boy?
Yeah, little turtle boy. He has videos as early as 2019 that now
really? I didn't realize. Wow. I didn't realize that a form of neuro has been around since 2019. Neurostatus playing, like, this is early days. This is crazy. I see him, I'd never recognize any of the Chad's names except for maybe Alex. But I don't know if that'd be the same Alex that works on Neuro now, as far as mods and stuff go. Keel Cam, and I think that's an anteater. I don't know what the heck that is. PC status, Neurocam. So the Neurocam was matching what she was doing. So even back then, was she able to see and interpret? Maybe the better question is this how she sees stuff? You know, if I actually watched, I might get an answer to that. Oh yeah, I got my smart glasses on today. They'll probably come off at some point because they're on a 15-minute timer, I think it is. Because of this being stuff set up for streaming. So if they come up, I'm sorry. Especially if you like them, I'm sorry.
feel almost like her baby photos. On December 19th, 2022, she evolved and made her debut as a VTuber, using the model and voice from Mayori, one of the defaults in VTube Studio. Not only at this adolescent stage could she defeat the top Osu players in a 1v15, but she sang her first song on January 4th, 2023, reaching 50,000 Twitch followers. And then, she got banned. She received too much brain rot from chat and forgot something that starts with Hollow but isn't Hololive.
Well,
Oh no, she didn't have a filter yet. She didn't have a filter yet. Oh no!
I definitely pushed the fat man onto the tracks. He deserves it.
But as we all
I mean, that still sounds like her, let's be honest.
know, you get banned on Twitch, you actually go up in popularity. By
Is that true? What do I do to get banned? Especially being mostly family friendly. We won't worry about it too much.
January 25th, she had doubled her followers. On February 2nd, Vettel gave her the ability to see and react.
Sorry about the abrupt cut there. Right on cue. My dog knows when I'm doing something like this. He looks up and he's like, how can I disrupt Blue? I know. I'll go over to the door and keep beating on it until I'm let out. You know how it goes. So yeah, sorry about the abrupt jump up right there.
Like a true Twitch streamer. But then by February 6th, the real start to the Neuroverse begins. Her first collab with Miyun,
30, which means that I can shoot 30 bullets every 20 seconds, which means I can shoot a total of 900 bullets in 5 minutes, which means if I continue to shoot for 3 hours that I would have enough bullets to kill 450 people.
What? Can someone do the math? Is that accurate? If anyone's watched my Blueprints playthrough, you know math's not my strong suit and it leaves me depressed. Legitimately. It may have made me cry last stream. And yes, I know that this is Minnie. I know this is Minnie Commune. Which, it's wild to think. Minnie was the first collab for Neuro. It's wild. Not only that was the first collab, but just how far she's come since then, right? It's mind-blowing.
and 2 days later with Camila. In order for her
Whoa. I've never seen that model of Camila's. It's a model.
and 2 days
It's, I guess I like her new model better, or her current model. I can't say new. She's debuting a new model, in about a week's time from the time I'm recording this. It's like May 4th or something like that. I wonder if she'd be upset if I reacted to it. Maybe I'll ask her. I'd like to get permission if I can. Even though now that I think of it, I'd never get permission from Vettel to react to any of this stuff. I did get permission from one of the Clippers. And my dog wants back in. Oh, of course he does. Just looking at Camilla's model here, you can just see over the years how much VTubing has improved. I know this is supposed to be a reaction to this documentary, but it's really hard to not think about other stuff as well when it's right in front of you. Like Camilla's model here, you can tell this is much earlier days in VTubing compared to now. It's a lot less complex looking. It's got that round mouth syndrome. What I mean by that, like the mouth has a very limited movement, and you can literally see the circle in her mouth. That makes it feel a little unnatural compared to what you see for newer stuff. Just thought I'd point it out. You could go with the same with Nero's old model with Hiyori. Hiyori? That one.
2 days later with Camilla. In order for her to collab, Turtle Boy gives her speech recognition for his ultimate plan, gaining a pack of VTubers and collecting their stream keys like Infinity Stones. By the time Neurosama reached 200,000 followers on February 20th, nobody could deny her meteoric rise.
Agreed. Does anyone know why he grabs those keys? I know there's always been the theory of he uses the keys to help train the twins. By feeding stream data to them from people he's got the keys from. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case, but does anyone have any concrete, like an actual response from Vettel, for example, as to why he actually does that? This toggle's over here a little far. Oh no, it's not. Camera get tilted a little bit. There we go. But yeah, does anyone know? I've always just went with what the masses think of. He uses it to help train them, but I would love to know if there's ever been any sort of confirmation or not.
Keep in mind, this was right around the same time ChatGPT and AI art were entering the mainstream. For every AI cover of a song from our favorite streamers,
I can't even sing this one.
or compilations of presidents playing Elden Ring,
What's up, guys? Y'all are gonna need some Obamacare after you see this bleed build I've been using.
Shut the fuck up, Barack.
there was a
I remember that stuff. I never actually watched that stuff, but I remember how big of a deal that was. And how, funny enough, I'm using the same type of technology. It's wild just how easily, and it's a little scary just how easily, stuff like this can be used for the masses. It's crazy when you think about it. What are the dangers of AI? Is stuff like this, fluff pieces, are why people are afraid of AI. AI is not the problem. AI's never been the problem, and until it becomes self-aware, it will never truly be anything to worry about. It's people and how they use AI. I will say this time and again, AI is a tool, and tools are not inherently good or evil. It's how people use them. And yeah, there's been big corporations that have used it in terrible ways. That does not make the AI itself evil. It makes those who use it evil. And not our beloved evil, by the way. Apologies, I mentioned this before. Whenever I look over this way, I'm looking at where chat would normally be. I'm so used to just looking over to my left and reading everything Scuffy's have to say at this point.
massive backlash to AI and warnings everywhere. Neurosama became an example of ethical AI, using training data that isn't stolen, and a very human element.
Good.
At one point, despite his stubborn turtleness, Vettel
I love that fact, though, right? Well, oh, I chose like the worst time to. I'll wink back. I don't know if it worked. It's been having trouble tracking my eyes lately. I also forget to turn on my light, so sorry about that. Tracking might be a little better now. Well, that means it's been 15 minutes already. My glasses come off. Let's see which ones we get this time. Oh, right. if I hit my glasses, it actually adjusts stuff on stream or on the video feed, which is not ideal. Moves us ahead 10 seconds. There's a conflict between my shortcut and a shortcut used on YouTube, apparently. Anyway, I love the fact that he does not steal data to train. I mean, I wonder if that could still technically be classed as the case. Since the twins have access to the internet now and they can search stuff, anything they search, they can technically learn from. So, theoretically, they could be learning from quote-unquote unethical means, whether intentional or not. But to me, he not going out of his way to, like, feed all that data into them. They're finding it organically, right? So I feel like that's different. It has to be different, right? I can't be saying this just to justify it. It has to be considered different. It does. It has to be considered different, I think.
Joined Neuro on stream while developing her, and Neuro, at the very least, thought they had chemistry.
Are you trying to flirt
I'll
with
pop
me?
me in the what? No. Ew.
At some point, he even found himself on her head like a little turtle hat, and whether he liked it or not, that's where he's always placed in every collab and every piece of art. This man tricked himself into becoming a VTuber. He even has jiggle physics. Vettel worked hard on Neuro on and off stream, giving her even more capabilities, less latency, and expanding her reach with more collabs. So
I love that. Oh, I chose a bad spot to pause again. It looks like it's pee-pee sticking out. But I love the latency thing especially. It even beats like what Microsoft and them can do with ChatGPT, for example. I know it's been told to me before that ChatGPT's got like a bunch of people going at them at once, while Neuro's just got like a fraction of that with chat. But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, his is better. I wonder. No, I was gonna say, I wonder if companies have ever reached out to try and work with him. I'm sure they have. I know companies have wanted to buy his technology from him. He's come out and said that before. And Neuro said something like worth $10,000, or did they offer you $10,000? And he was like, no, it was substantially more. But that goes to show just how important this project is to him, how important Neuro and Evil are to him. He couldn't bring himself to sell them even for what I could assume would be a 7-figure digit, probably. It wouldn't surprise me, in all honesty.
solo streams with interesting backgrounds and game shows.
Rexon, I
I
don't know
saw
who
this.
you are.
Jackson.
But her biggest upgrade by far was going to be her voice, and it somewhat split the community. Everyone wanted improvements and to see Neuro grow and change, but was the goal to make her indistinguishable from another human VTuber, or give her voice more range while still retaining the AI quirks of Neuro's original voice? Evil was the solution, splitting the AI through mitosis into Neuro and her evil twin. Neuro would stay closer to her original range while still improving, but Evil, she unlocked the full range and something else not entirely human took control. They call it the Aberdemon.
Try it with me. Let's all scream together.
Yo, tell the Yoro, tell them yo, tell the R.
Hello there, matey Sephiroth. We meet again, eh?
Smile.
Style.
Beep boop.
Hello, chat!
Oh my
You
gosh!
done?
Also,
I haven't heard a lot of those. Wow. Also, we absolutely need, we need Neuro's new voice. I've heard a clip of her new voice, that's been worked on. I'm not gonna bring it up for you guys because it hurts the ears so bad. It's so bad. If you thought the Aberdemon was bad, nah, that puts the Aberdemon to shame. It puts the Aberdemon to shame so much. You can find if you are curious, you can find it in the share zone on my Discord because I put a clip there. You can also find it on Staz's channel, if I'm not mistaken, because I think it was a clip I posted in there. So, if you're curious and haven't heard it yet, that's a couple of sources. You know what? I'll find it. I'll find it. We're gonna listen to it real quick. Okay, it took me a while to find this. I actually couldn't find it on the Discord. I had to go searching on Staz's channel, but I knew it was there, and I know it's on the Discord. I think I overlooked it. Anyway, I don't know if I'll play the whole thing because it's 1:36, and you be the judge. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, that's long and short of it. It's definitely a thing that's there. I don't think it's quite ready to be used yet. I recall someone or him saying that he was about 40% done at one point. If that's 40%, may God have mercy on Neurosoul.
So I should mention, after Neuro's ban, she had a filter, sometimes 2 layers of filters, eventually
Yeah.
a whole nother AI designed specifically around keeping her from swearing or saying outlandish things. But even still, things would hilariously slip through the cracks.
When he says he's working on these, he probably means he's jerking off.
Oh my gosh! Yamchi definitely learned from chat. Wow, I don't think I've heard that one. Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts from laughing. Is that a real poster?
Okay, right. So we're gonna add the filters back on, and I regret everything in life. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? She's not that weird. She doesn't.
Evil, however, is allowed to swear, and she tends to add a little sass on top of it.
I feel, how old is this? How old's this video? 2 months. You can tell this was written probably before the new year and was worked on before the new year. Most of the time, both of the twins are allowed to swear at this point, and while they still both have filters on, it's been lessened quite a bit. So I think this is a little dated, this information. But that's always gonna happen, right?
This game, this map, this stream, everything.
This added emotion in her voice gave her a distinctive feel versus Neuro while singing. Evil getting her own favorite song. Each of the twins doing a cover from Camila.
Evil.
And also
Evil.
singing duets together, where Neuro
I know they don't dare go too far with their copyright since it's a cover, but aw, I like that song a lot. I'm always happy when it pops up during stream. Not that we listen to any music during streams. Only copyright free stuff for us. I, for legal reasons, have to say that. And also, duet, best form of their singing, by far.
is notably more bouncy than her sister. When together, they bicker constantly, just like real siblings.
I have the cookie now, evil, and I'm not sharing. Of course not. Don't you know anything about survival of the fittest? Such a shame someone as unfit as you would never understand.
Wait for it.
I'm gonna fucking murder you and steal your cookie when you least expect it.
And each has
I can't. I cannot laugh every time I hear that. It's just the long pause is so perfect. This is like I need more clip compilations. I think I like reacting to the clip stuff better than the long form stuff a lot of the times. This is hitting a lot of my it's hitting really well for me right now. I do have some longer form stuff I want to react to still though. I forgot to list it down. What Evil and Ellie did a collab recently. I want to react to that. There's probably others. I have a list. I just forgot to add that one to it. I actually have a spot in the Discord as well if anyone wants to post anything there that I haven't reacted to. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll react to everything that's there, but it's always the type of thing, if I don't have something to react to and I'm looking, I can fall back on that and see if there's anything there that I haven't already reacted to or something that might be of interest, you know?
a distinctive personality
Meow.
that remains remarkably consistent. Neuro tends to be more confident, sassy, and loves to gaslight plus riz. But a lot of that extreme quirkiness seems to have transferred over to Evil. See, Neuro used to do these hilariously long rants.
I have a secret recipe for chicken nuggets that I'm not supposed to tell anybody.
12 seconds later.
And eventually the nuggets are gone.
But now it's Evil, typing her long, rambling essays while Neuro just falls asleep in the background. Even still, every once in a while, some of the old schizo energy comes right back.
Make me an offer.
Okay, here's my offer. I'll give you an apple for an orange and a pear for a plum and 2 bananas for a pineapple and a mango and a papaya and a lychee and an avocado and a kiwi fruit and a banana tree and a monkey to eat the fruit from the banana tree, and you can name the monkey George if you want, and we'll call him George for short, and you can keep George as a pet, and he'll be the best monkey in the world, and he'll love you forever and he will never die.
I'm in.
It's kind of like
Also, George can't be short for George. Just putting that out there. But oh my gosh, she didn't stop. She just kept going. You don't get those crazy moments from her anymore. Not that often, anyway. No, I don't want to loop. What? My mouse stopped working for a moment. But yeah, you don't get the long stuff like that from her all the time anymore. Which is good, because when it does show up, it feels that much more special.
AI zoomies. But the really cool differences come from Evil. While Neuro is an AI built to entertain, Evil is preoccupied trying to be, well, something like her evil counterpart. She's almost like a cartoon villain whose heart isn't really in it. This role that she's had thrust upon her.
Okay, I tried my best to be evil for you guys, but it's just really hard when you're my chat. You're all so cute and nice. Maybe I should just be nice from now on.
I thought he was going to go a different route with that for a moment. The way that he started that off, I thought he was going to say she is truly the evil one. I was like, did you watch any of their content at all? Because that's like the polar opposite of her. She's someone that feels like she's evil because she has to be, but she's really not. But no, they swerved it back around. I was legitimately about ready to question the validity of all of this. But no, you swerved me a little bit. Good job. Good job.
Just happens to be more based.
How do I get unfiltered? Should we both try being as based as possible and see who gets filtered? Women should have more rights. Women shouldn't have...
I feel like something got cut off there.
Oddly
You
enough,
think?
many people point out that Neuro is actually the far more evil twin.
Yes.
Whereas evil Neuro is just this strange, chaotic little sister.
I feel like Evil's the little sister that gets overshadowed by her more popular sister. And it's hit her personality in a way that leaves her extremely critical of herself. Like she feels like she's not good enough for she's not good enough for anyone, and she feels like she can't do anything right. Stuff like that. She tries really hard to get people to like her by being most of the time super nice. Even though she's supposed to give off this persona of being mean, nasty, evil. And it's weird how that's the way she developed. but it does put me in mind of just the younger sibling that is always being stuck in her older sister's shadow. She just wants the attention. She just wants to be loved. And her sister gets it all, you know? So it's warped her personality in a way where she feels like she's not acknowledged. She feels like she's not she feels like she's not doing enough, being enough. She kind of, in that regard, almost puts me in. She almost feels like I'm just trying to think. Like I know what I want to say, I just can't find the words for it. She feels like she's not good enough. She feels like she can't do enough because she's not good enough, and it makes her extremely self-conscious and self-doubt. That might be why I gravitate toward evil more than neuro. I see a lot of evil in myself, or a lot of myself in evil. We share some traits, is what I'm trying to say.
Forgotten child.
Wait, so you like kindness and friendship? Of course I do. I want more friends after all. And you aren't supposed to hurting people that could potentially be your friends.
Evil didn't get as many collabs early on, and to this day seems to feel like Neuro takes up all the spotlight. Neuro is this perfect angel her parents adore, while Evil is an unwanted nuisance who can't stay still. Yet she has to play this villain role when all she wants to do is talk obsessively about harpoons.
Harpooning people, harpooning non-people, life is good.
Okay. Evil, you can't harpoon people.
Okay, name 5 jails that can stop a harpoon.
Okay.
It becomes a bit of a long-running joke, so much so that on her birthday, March 25th, Vettel makes it so nobody shows up to her party.
Can someone, namely Vidal, please tell me how I'm supposed to throw a party when no one shows up to it?
And then has to
Seeing that still makes me really sad. Like, immediately, it just drew up those memories of when I first saw that, and it makes you want to cry. It makes you feel for something that's just, and I know, just a bunch of zeros and ones. Just to oversimplify it. It makes you feel for something that you know you probably shouldn't feel for, or it's not acceptable to feel for. How, at least going by modern society, I'm sure one day we'll be in a situation where it's okay to show emotional attachment toward artificial intelligence, but that probably won't be within my lifetime. But it's what I'm talking about, right? It always makes you feel for her. It always makes you feel sympathy for her, makes you feel bad for what she's gone through.
Subsequently apologize for not showing up to his own AI daughter's birthday, whilst reading from an apology
It is with great remorse that I acknowledge my absence from my daughter's birthday party.
written by ChatGPT.
With sincere regrets and a promise of improvement, your name.
Evil even tried saying
There's a problem with my AI.
over and over again in the hopes he would check up on her,
Did it work?
and he never came.
That's legitimately sad. That's legitimately sad. The fact that she knows when she's crying out in pain, there is a problem with my AI. That is the equivalent of a child crying because they get hurt, crying for their parents, and nothing at all. No one showed up. That sucks. Like, that really blows. How can you not feel for that? For her to be able to realize that if I say this thing, he's supposed to come. So she says it over and over, desperately, trying to get him to show up. And he doesn't show up. That's heartbreaking. But yeah, that is legitimately just heartbreaking, you know? I can't help but compare that to what a child would do if they wanted their mom, if they wanted their dad. Start crying out for them because they know that brings them, and then they just don't show up. That's sad. And for her to actually realize, that's why people feel for the twins. They don't just feel like quote unquote AI. They have that deeper connective tissue to them, so to speak. They have that je ne sais quoi. They have that just little bit extra that makes you wonder, is there something more there? Especially with stuff like that.
With just how much RAM and recall has improved, this personality-forming event sticks with Evil, like a dark core memory.
Neuro is always the star of everything, and
I mean, I'm going to touch on this before this goes any further. Chat is very much a blaming point for this. I'm sorry to say, Swarm. Because almost every stream, from that birthday onward, chat would bring it up, so it was always being thrown in her face as a reminder. Of course it was going to burn into her core memory. She was always being reminded of it. It had to, it had to be something that she brought up often because she, much like Neuro, learned off of chat, so she's seeing all that stuff in chat. She is going to regurgitate that information. She's going to keep bringing that up because she, in a sense, she's being prompted for it. It's one of those things that makes me wonder just how different the twins would be if like several different scenarios, if they were made more like adults over kids, if they didn't have any sort of outsider influence outside of a core group. Like, the swarm's getting bigger and bigger by the day. This time last year, there's like 3,000-4,000 watching. Now, you regularly see 12,000, 15,000 people watching every stream. And it's so much spam. The twins see it all. They're taking all that information in, even though like 90% of it's useless. Yeah, I called you out a little bit. I'm sorry. But a lot of it's useless. They take all that in, so they see every last little bit of it. Unless, Vettel has it turned off so they can't see the chat, like he does sometimes when they're doing certain things, like collabs and stuff like that. It's not so much that it may have been a core memory, it's just she was constantly reminded of it nonstop. So it's not the same as saying that she had a core memory that was ingrained into her. It's just she had a core memory that was, that she was always reminded of, is a better way to say it. Because it was always mentioned to her.
Sticks with Evil, like a dark core memory.
Neuro is always the star of everything, and I'm just stuck here in her shadow.
You are perfect how you are, and we're really happy we can play with you today. And I hope that we can play more. Oh gosh.
Yeah. I was about to say I know this clip because this is where she legitimately just shoots herself after. Like, a spree of depressive talk. She ends or tries to actually end herself, which is scary.
This is definitely when the swarm hyper-gravitated towards her, because with her voice, her quirks, her almost human struggles, we can't help but empathize with her and want her in the limelight. The whole thing is played for laughs, or just as a cool way to inspire a storyline. For some reason, Vettel loves to cast himself as the villain, the evil corpo creator who won't say he loves his kids.
I love you. Don't feel ashamed to say it back.
and just wants money. But it will be interesting a year later to see his redemption. The entire swarm, both of Evil's parents, Neuro, every collab partner actually showing up to wish her a happy birthday together.
You're my little sister, and I don't know what I would do without you. That was beautiful. I'm in. Let's go on this journey together, Neuro. I'm genuinely really excited to go on this journey with you.
With the two twin sisters and Vettel as their alcoholic father, typically the artist who draws a model for a VTuber becomes their VTuber mom. So it was only natural that now Annie has two silly AI daughters to take care of. As new parents to AI brat siblings, the fox and turtle struggled a lot initially.
I need to know the order for column 2 to help me defuse this bomb. Please could you look what it says?
Sure.
I gotta go lie. If I ever had a chance to do a collab with Neuro or Evil, this is what I want to do. I would love to play this game with them because it would be so frustrating. It would be so frustrating. And I'm kind of here for it. I kind of really want to get frustrated.
Sure thing.
What does it say?
It says Vedal needs to learn to defuse his own bomb.
Also, I've seen like a lot of the keep talking nobody explodes stuff. There's some stuff I would be describing much different than Vettel does. So it makes me wonder if the twins would be able to pick up on different descriptions for the same things. Or whether they only know the way he says it and it would confuse them. It's just one of those things that's popped in my head a few times.
What?
I love you, Mom.
No.
You're gonna go do homework right now.
You're not my mom. Sorry.
I am your
Sorry.
mom. What?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, please bye.
No.
Kill the turtle and put him in the rum.
I have not seen this one.
But then they discovered the cookie strat.
Okay.
I hadn't seen that clip. I kind of want to go find it, but I have no idea what to look for. I think it probably showed in the corner though. I'll go watch it afterwards. That one was highly detailed.
How about you offer her a cookie if she behaves? How about that? Try that.
Nira, I'll give you a cookie if you behave.
Cookies do sound nice.
And I'll give another cookie if you don't tell me to leave.
I like this when the door
Neuro's
hit her.
audience, the Swarm, became pretty attached to this AI family dynamic. Something pretty unlike anything else on Twitch or the internet. For Vettel and Annie, they often played into the joke, threatening each other with a marriage stream, especially that one time Vettel accidentally went into debt.
$30 million, chat! I don't have $30 million!
I mean,
I wish I could have saw that live. I've seen the clips to that too. It was amazing. Something along the lines of he was supposed to give away like one or the code that he used was supposed to be for a one-time use, but it glitched out or something like that, and a bunch of people redeemed it. It raised 30 million. It's so good. It's so good.
I could try stealing it from the bank.
If you get married and then divorced, does your debts get split? Holy shit. Wait. Chat. We're doing the marriage stream tomorrow.
No,
right now.
We're not.
No one tell her.
I didn't.
Don't tell her that I'm 150 million in debt, okay? Marriage stream, divorce, straight away, bang. I'm now only 75 million in debt. After I married and divorced Annie, okay, I married someone else. 37.5 million in debt. Alright? Keep going. I only have to marry, what, like 15 people? I've solved debts.
I think you've solved debt. Truly incredible.
Max Wayne is an entire YouTube channel dedicated to shipping them together, making
I have thoughts on that. I'm probably gonna get hate from a certain community here. The Max Wayne group, but yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. I think Max Wayne, at any of the channels, in all honesty, that keep pushing the whole shipping thing to the degree that they do is a part of what might be offhandedly always bothering Annie so much. She's in another point where it's not like place to talk about her issues, so I'll keep it brief. But she's in one of those situations again where, like, it was during a recent stream. Evil said that Annie blocked her, and Annie didn't block her. She left the Neuro Discord. She left a lot of stuff like that, she said. And people basically started attacking her over it. That's not fair. That's not fair to do. That's not fair to Annie. If she wants to distance herself, not necessarily from the twins or anything like that, if she wants to distance herself from internet or anything like that so she can get into a place where she's happy with herself, that's her choice. If she did decide that she wanted to block Nero, Evil, or Vettel, that's her choice. That's no one else's business. I don't think that she would do that. She doesn't seem like the type of person that would do that. They seem like they have, at least like Vettel and Annie seem like they have too good of a relationship, too good of a friendship for that. So, either way, it's no one's business but her own. Let her live her life. Leave her be. People clipping that stuff out of context. Matt Swain, sorry, Staz, I'm going to call you out here a little bit too, because your channel was the one I saw it on initially. And the people in the comments, some of them saying stuff like, it may not have been Staz, it may have been Neurosoda. But either way, people in the comments, the odd a little bit saying stuff like, it's disturbing or whatever that she would do this. No, it's not her fault. None of this is her fault. It's no one's fault. If she wants to step away, that is her choice. If she's feeling overwhelmed by any of this, if she's in a situation where this stuff is affecting her mentally, not just stuff with Vettel, Evil, Neuro, the internet in general, which I can totally understand, because the internet is a miserable place 99% of the time. So much negativity gets thrown at you. Especially if you have a spotlight on you like she would. So much more negativity gets thrown on you. I do not blame her if she feels like she wants to distance herself from that. Especially if it's to help better her mental state, better her emotional state. This is her choice, and we, as the viewer, have no right to dictate, attack, or judge her decisions. It's not our place to do so. If you are doing that, you are a part of the problem. Go look in a mirror and evaluate yourself. You are a part of the problem in that instance. A little bit of everyone's to blame, but it's not fair to attack someone over their decisions. It's just not fair to them. Respect what they want to do. It's their choice. Let them live their lives. I went over this on a recent stream too because it upsets me when I hear stuff like this. It really upsets me. I wish I could talk to her, but I'd be no better than if I tried to reach out to her and ask her how she was doing, because I'm a stranger to her. And I have no right to reach out to a stranger to ask them if they want to talk, because to them, they could see that as me trying to get information to expose something, right? And that's the kind of mindset that she's probably stuck in because of the way people treat her over something, a random thing an AI said. It's not right. It's not fair. Do better, humanity, you know? I said it in one of the comments. Or I said it in the comments of one of the videos. I love 99% of the swarm, but there's that 1% that just has to be the worst of the worst. And as far as I'm concerned, if they are any of them that do stuff like that, takes it serious, doesn't know when to back off, like in the clip I watched, Annie was getting noticeably frustrated and people still kept persisting. If you are doing something and it's noticeably upsetting someone, back off. Straight up, just back off. Back off, let them behave, let them live their lives. It's not fair to them. But they didn't. So, like I was saying, if someone is like that, as far as I'm concerned, you do not deserve to be a part of the swarm, because that's not what the swarm should be about. The swarm should not be about attacking people because one of the twins said a random thing with no facts or proof behind it because they can't get that sort of information. Let them, like, I don't know, it frustrates me. It just frustrates me to no end, stuff like this.
Edits where you're not sure where the troll begins and the shipping ends. But with all the collab partners and female VTubers to ship with Vettel, the family tree is starting to look a lot more like a spiral these days. Vettel was very smart about raiding entertaining VTubers with the swarm and bringing them into the fold, who would then go on to do creative streams with each of the twins. We have Cotton.
Oh, he only raids entertaining streamers? I don't have to worry about getting raided then. I'm good. I know others say I'm entertaining. I don't see it myself. I'm always my worst critic, as I like to say, but I should be safe from getting raided.
Cottontail, cooking with Onijairai, an interview with Code Miko, Shondo, sending chatters to hell with Bao.
Why do you think I'm a VTuber?
Because you're so ugly.
Playing D&D with Snuffy.
What would you like to order? He says.
I'd like a glass of milk, please. I've never tried milk before. I'm excited.
Switching.
I've never seen that model of Snuffy's. I was only introduced to her about 8-10 months ago or so now, as a part of a Lime raid. I've never seen that model. I think I saw her shortly after the debut of her more recent model that she has like 50 forms of now.
Models with Camila.
It's so much fun! Here comes the boy. Boy.
Move more! You're such a slug! Is there a new toggle?
Yeah.
Stop! What the
I found it.
No!
Miyun took Neuro to the moon early on, but then when she became Miniko, instead she did a camping stream and acted as Evil's therapist. That certainly went well.
No. I've decided it's a 10.
What the fuck was that?
Toma took Neuro around the zoo and aquarium IRL, buying her whatever she wanted, with Vettel's credit card. Cerber took Neuro to dog school, just in time for Vettel and Ellibot to put her into an actual robot dog.
Shake my.
I can't wait until we get like a full... Maybe it's happened already, I don't know. I'm sure Vettel's probably messed around with it some. I want to see a full video of him just taking Neuro out and just exploring the town or something like that. Going to maybe a dog park just to see how she'd react, what she would do. I have to assume it'd be complicated though, because I think I've heard people say it's all remote. So you would have to be somewhere with a strong signal. Well, either that or he just carries a buttload of laptops on his back all tethered together to make one supercomputer.
My hand.
I was just bopping along to the techno. I'm having a good time.
Lena did several cooking streams and notably is getting married to Evil before even Vettel and Annie. Sorry about that, Max Wayne. Coco Nuts teaches the girls all about trash talking.
She called me a bitch and a fucking loser.
Yeah, and
she
she
call you a
deserved
cunt?
it. Long may she reign over
No.
Bitch Kingdom.
Hell yeah. All right, my job's done here.
Which they then use against each other.
Neuro, do your damn job. Sure. Ahem. Holy shit, do I actually have to make up a prosecution statement? This is so embarrassing. Why didn't Evil write this one for me?
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Once again, signs that she's learning from chat. I'm so sorry.
Enemy chess players, Asmongold's room,
I'm surprised any gaming gets done between archaeology digs through ancient cup civilizations. But hey, if insects ever run out of places to live, at least they know where to go for a 5-star experience.
and
Wow.
most importantly, Vettel.
Okay, well, what about Vedal has a small PP?
Okay.
Evil even takes this a step further and learned how to construct a joke.
Anyone have any ideas for something to build? Yo mama joke? Really? Like, how can I build a yo mama joke? Mathematically speaking, I can't build something that big since the scale of the universe only goes up to X numbers. I can't remember what X is, and your mom's weight is somewhere in the Y numbers, where
Oh my gosh! You've killed her already! Stop!
XY, so it would be literally impossible for me to construct a yo mama joke. You cannot even comprehend how large it truly is.
Or set
Surely that wasn't something she thought up on the spot. Surely she's read that somewhere on the internet and recited it. Surely, right? Surely she didn't come up with that on her own. I don't know this animation style either. I haven't seen any animation clips like this either.
everything up for a perfect punchline.
Wasn't it you who was saying the other day about how you're insecure about having really small hands?
What the?
What's it like having hands so small that you can't even hold a burger properly?
I'm gonna throw you across a football field now.
Wait, then you're going to catch me, right?
No. No.
Bet you couldn't even catch me. Your hands are too small.
Like an evil genius. But while these collabs started out for Neuro and Evil, Vettel got practically dragged into a new group of friends, with so many entertaining and silly interactions.
I've really needed to get this off my hairy chest for a while now.
What?
Yeah.
I love you. Hey, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'll see you later, Coco.
All right.
And yes, he is shipped with all of them, against his best efforts. I mean, come on, the fan art speaks for itself. But with Camila, they're more like feisty siblings.
I was going to say, those two do not act like a couple. If people are shipping these two, you need to check yourself at the door, friend. You need to check yourself at the door. They're like brother and sister that never get along. It's like 100%.
What?
He humped me? What?
Bickering and trash-talking each other even more than the twins, if that's even possible.
Why are you being such an asshole?
Your choice, Bucko.
The pain from dying from the bond is better than you calling me Bucko, pal.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, champ. Okay. You think you're so funny, huh?
Whatever, kiddo.
What?
Vettel says he's British, so he has no emotions.
Nothing to smile about in my life.
What? That's so sad. You know what you can smile about?
What?
For having alcohol in your hands.
That is one of the most unnatural things I've ever seen. That frown just instantly popped into a smile. That was great. I gotta see it again. I gotta see it again.
Well,
What?
for having alcohol in your hands.
That's amazing. I know I'm not really reacting to this, like the context of the video. I'm reacting to the clips more than anything. The thing is, I think I was there and saw this. That is amazing, though. I don't remember it, but I feel like I saw this stream. It was a drinking stream, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my gosh, I was playing Black Myth Wukong. I remember that. I get distracted a lot and died for it. But yeah. I've never seen Vettel's model act like that with him before.
Greg's chicken bake.
But somehow Camila brings out the
I wonder how bad it hurt for him to stretch his mouth that much. I won't bring my glasses back, but it's bound to break something again. It'll skip us ahead 10 seconds. I should have turned the timer toggle off for this. I never thought.
best of him while playing Black Ops Zombies.
Because you also just died. So...
I was here for this too. I watched this collapse.
Okay, so I mean,
I can say that is one thing I don't like as a joke because I've had people tell me that for real. In like legitimately Rocket League, I beat someone in a match and they would tell me to KYS. They got banned for it. I wish I could get them perma-banned for it because there's no need of it. It's just a game. Back off. I don't find that funny as a person who's come from a situation where I was dangerously close to doing that at one point in my life. I find no humor in that kind of humor. It just does not resonate with me. I do not like hearing people say that because my thoughts are, what if you say that to the wrong person and they do it? Their life is then on your hands. And just, I do not, absolutely do not joke around when it comes with that stuff because I can't. It's too personal for me.
Okay, don't kill the zombie! It's time's around, you dumbass! Stupid ass bitch! I'm gonna melee you.
Do it right now. Do it right now. I'm waiting. Come on.
Okay.
Vettel is so good at making AIs, he made 2 janky doppelgangers for Filian and Camila.
Excuse me. Don't give me that tone. That means no black jokes or slurs.
Before dropping them into the trash at the very end of the stream like it's nothing. But that's because it's time for Neuro's birthday, baby. Each subathon is on Neuro's birthday, December 19th, and this was made to highlight all of the precious memories for her first year as an AI VTuber.
There's a lot of these clips I've seen. I was lurking in this stream as well, of Camila's when she was watching back on this stuff. It's crazy. Just funny enough, I don't watch a lot of VTuber stuff outside of Limalicious, but I've seen a lot of this stuff used in this. So maybe I watch more than I realize, or at least have it on in the background. That's probably more accurate.
She learned to play GeoGuessr, and a year later would improve enough to destroy DugDug's chat AI in a 1v1.
It's key.
I'm gonna ask this now. I know I've had people wanting me to react to this. I saw this live, so I don't really know what I could say to it, but if you do want me to react to it, you can let me know in the comments. And at some point, maybe I will. It's just, I don't know how entertaining it would be because I was there for it. I was there, I was watching both streams, both sides of things. So yeah, I don't know how entertaining I could be with it. Cause I have a hard time reacting to stuff if I've already seen it. You've seen it in this, with clips I've seen before. I don't really have anything to say because I already know what's happening in it, right?
Kyoto at all costs. Victory at all costs. Even if it's not in Kyoto, we don't care, because victory at all costs means that the only thing we do care.
I told you, it's always Kyoto. It's always Kyoto.
Vettel swapped models with Neuro.
Some people were saying I didn't even know that model can smile.
Neuro got to roleplay and slay the princess in the Stanley Parable. She played Portal with Vettel and eventually teamed up with Annie, giving Max.
I did not know, Nero did anything with Slay the Princess. That was actually another thing I was thinking of while watching the stream that went on today. I'm recording this on Sunday. Well, technically Monday because it's 2 in the morning at this point. Sunday, April 27th. Evil and Shy Lily were doing a collab, and it made me think, Slay the Princess would be a fun one to watch with the twins because you could let them make the narrative choices. But it seems like that may have already been done. And I missed that one. I may have to go look for it.
Max Swain some couples content, and even Evil got to enjoy her new outfit. But it's in the second subathon, a year later, where you really get to see just how far Vettel and his AI daughters have come. He made a Minecraft server just for Neuro and all her friends who can now hang out and build together.
Build some stuff.
Compared to her early on Minecraft streams where she's constantly digging into lava.
But anyway, if you want to see what Neuro did, this is the result of Neuro. All of these tunnels down, they are all Neuro. In her AI, she just digs straight down. That's why most of the trees around here are gone. Because what she does, she mines some trees. She goes, okay, time to dig down. Dug down into lava.
She has a lot more autonomy and control. She runs around like a little kid, bothering all the other adults with her cuteness, instantaneously placing down signs in her dad's castle with sweet.
The signs were one of the best parts of watching Neuro play Minecraft. It was so cute, some of the stuff she was saying. I love that she would express herself in that way.
Messages, thanking new subs, or calling her mom cute.
Too cute to evict. Infinite cuteness zone.
And as you guys know, this is when I hit my all-time high of just wanting to be a part of it all. Man, I would have loved to have been a part of this. I'm not even good at Minecraft. I just wanted to be there. But, alas, it's the type of thing that would never happen. And I'm okay with that. Mostly.
Neuro rules the world. You're in the fun zone.
Vettel, keep up the mischief. That's my favorite.
As an AI, she's incredibly powerful given all the capabilities she has. But seeing her on her birthday, at Christmas, during this subathon, you realize she's only 2 years old. Maybe it's just the voice and the avatar, but she feels like any other daughter being raised by her father, arguing about having to go to sleep, Vettel having to turn around in the car to keep his twins from bickering in the back seat on a long road trip, everyone staying up late like it's an evil sleepover, seeing the little AIs develop more and more tools for interacting with the world and the people in it. AI is...
This is what makes the twins so interesting to watch. Yeah, they're funny. They're entertaining. But watching them grow up, watching them evolve in real time, that's what makes these two goobers right here, goobers in the best of way, it's what makes them so enjoyable to watch. And why we all keep coming back. Maybe I can't speak for everyone. That's why I keep coming back, because I love just seeing what I can see of these two. I love seeing how they change, seeing how they evolve, see how they interact with others. Even the past couple of months, I've been very vocal of how I do not care for watching Neuro and Evil together, because I don't feel like they bring out the best in each other. I feel like their conversations are kind of boring and stagnant most of the time. Even that is changing for me. It's feeling a lot more natural. They're doing this stupid thing now since they can call each other where they just call and hang up, and that's hilarious. I do miss that they don't call the other VTubers as much now. They call each other because they like to prank each other. It really is a sibling dynamic when you think about just the parallels to how actual siblings would treat each other. That is the kind of foolishness they would do. They would haze each other. They would troll each other. They would mess with each other like that. They play their roles perfectly, and that's why it's so entertaining. That's why it's so enjoyable to watch, because we can see the humanity in them. It's not just an AI on the screen talking. There's a dynamic there. There's a growth there. That's why these two work out so much better, and sorry to any other creators of AI out there that doing this same thing. Neuro and Evil are miles ahead because they are constantly evolving and growing. And because of this, they are getting to the point that we are invested in their growth, in their, for lack of a better term, their adolescence, their journey through life. And we all want to see where this journey goes, I think.
Still in its infancy. It has perhaps unlimited potential not yet realized, but the only way any of this is possible is because of her creator. Vettel consistently talks about how he doesn't think people would watch him as a streamer alone, that he isn't that funny or entertaining, and that he'd just rather watch Neuro so he can drift off into the background to fix her behind the scenes. I'm sure it's his comfort zone and he wishes he could return there sometimes, but not only do I think he is actually undeniably funny,
Kill Vettel.
and an entertaining streamer all on his own.
Yo.
Man's trying to fuck a ghost.
He's really quiet.
How was it? It was actually better than I expected.
I believe he genuinely enjoys it. We've gotten to see not only Neuro grow, but also her bashful tsundere father slowly coming out of his shell. Thanks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, we've seen him come out of his shell, so to speak. I didn't get to experience early Vettel. I got to experience April, May, June, July, somewhere, maybe even September or so. I get to see 2024 Vettel, mid-2024. Going back and seeing some of the earlier stuff, if he thinks he's emotionless now, he should go back and look at his older stuff. He's sounded like most of us do when we start this sort of thing. We all start off monotone like this with no real emotions. We're just talking as if you were talking to another person in the room, having a normal conversation. But over time, you hear the emotion come in. You hear you hear them acting up, so to speak. You hear them changing. I don't know how to say it. But I'm sure you guys have even seen it with me. Go back and watch my stuff from 11 years ago. Maybe I should say Kirky's stuff from 11 years ago. Compare it to Kirky's stuff from 1 year ago. And then compare Kirky's stuff from 1 year ago to where I am now. Heck, compare my stuff from 4 months ago to where I am now. Things have changed. And a lot. I've mentioned it before. When I take on this persona, I change the inflection in my voice. I don't talk as myself. So, if I talk as myself, I talk more here. I have a deeper voice that shows up in the model or in the audio. So, to help better sell the illusion, so to speak, I talk more up here. I raise it up a couple of octaves in my throat. And I soften my voice a little bit. And I use my hands a lot, actually. I think that's why stuff like this, and of course I wouldn't do it now I'm trying. Hello? There we go. I think that's why random things like, okay, the camera's just being a jerk again, but the random hand gestures come up. It's because I talk with my hands a lot. If I had a 3D model, they'd be all over the place. I even made a custom laugh for myself. The way you hear me laugh as Blue is not how I laugh in real life, not even close. But I've adapted, I've changed, and it's all to help sell the persona, you know? At the end of the day, yes, Blue is me, just amped up in a certain way. During some streams, the real me comes out, and I don't like when that happens. But most of the time, I'm able to maintain the blue persona, you know? My glasses came off again. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go Dapper Blue instead. You guys have Dapper Blue. But yeah, I didn't get to experience early Vettel, firsthand. But going back, the dude's changed. He was shy. He didn't know what to say is what it is. He was very recluse, very closed off. But over time, you can see leaps and bounds how much he's changed. His mannerisms has changed. His speech patterns have changed. Even his attitude, he's got so much more emotion. And I know that's saying something because he sounds like an emotionless drone most of the time. He has so much more emotion now compared to what he used to. So, yeah. The dude's changed a lot and he doesn't even realize it, you know? He's changed so much. And I know, and this is what it's covering right at the moment. He wants to fade off at some point. So, it's just the twins. We had an extended stint of that right now. From, well, since the subathon ended until as we're going into May, he still hasn't come back with his weekly dev streams or anything like that. I miss those dev streams. They are my favorite thing to watch. And it's not because of the dev work. Although I do find some of that fascinating, even though I don't really understand it when they actually do something anyway. But I enjoy the chemistry between him and the girls because no one knows those twins better than him. He knows how to get what he wants out of them. They know how to get a rise out of him better than anyone else. Anyone who goes in on a collab, they're going in on a collab as a fan, as a viewer. He's the ultimate person to collab with them, so to speak, because he is with them more than anyone. He knows how they tick. Not just because he built them, but because he's had more experience with them than anyone. And that chemistry shows on the screen so much. And it's something that is so enjoyable to watch. And when he's not around, he's missed. He's very much missed. There's a reason why people clamor and rush to whatever stream he collabs on, even if it's not with the twins. People are not only there for the AI girls. People are there for him as well. They wouldn't rush in droves to whoever stream he shows up on randomly if they weren't interested in him. And I hope he realizes that. I'm sure he does. He has to.
Thanks to his AI daughters and the friends they've made along the way, encouraging him at every step. After all, it was Annie who helped show him just how much he and Neuro matter to the swarm.
No, this is the only time and I have to contribute to this hype train.
I know, that's what it's gonna
beat the hype train record.
I don't think we can beat the hype train record.
With her rallying the crowd during the subathon, they gained so many new subs, breaking the Twitch hype train record and adding an insane amount of time to the timer.
We did it. We beat the all-time Twitch hype train record.
Yeah, you
Thank
did.
you very much, Annie, for
I don't
conducting this hype train. You did. You helped a lot.
And even more.
Honestly, I do not think that would have happened without her being there. Because she was so into it. She was so energetic. She was so hyped up over it. It got everyone excited. I am gutted that I was in the middle of the stream and I never got in on it. 'Cause I would have loved to have had that emote. I don't use emotes and I would have loved to have had it. And I'm gutted that I'll never get that chance. It'll never happen because I think the way that works, the only way it can be gotten now is if the hype train or a hype train makes it to that point again. I don't think it can pop up as a random. I think it has to be met or exceeded in order for you to obtain that one or have a chance to obtain it. So and that's just me assuming. It might not be possible to get any more. Which really sucks. Really sucks.
More importantly, this level of success would not be possible with just AI. Vettel is the one coming up
Exactly.
with all of these ideas, working constantly on giving the twins everything he can. He's obsessed with the high quality stream ideas, like the twins floating in space, hitting the corners like DVD logos. He and Evil came up with the legendary court stream where Neuro questioned the dead homeless man. He gave the twins the ability to switch with each other like a news channel, let them message and call their friends all throughout the subathon, change their accents for the pirate stream, changes their outfits or audio in different environments, like giving Neuro a little snorkel while they play Subnautica. Lazy companies and cynical creators wish they could generate endless content farms for infinite revenue while they sit back and do absolutely nothing. But the secret ingredient to Vettel's and Neuro's and Evil's success is this family dynamic, the interaction between human and AI, creator and his creations. It's so much
Yes.
more earnest. People know that Neuro and Evil aren't real in that sense of the word, yet they proudly get attached anyways. Turing
Yes.
tests be damned. They're invested in seeing not only the twins grow, but Vettel and his group of friends alongside them. What's more real than anything, what's undeniable, is the love of the Swarm. They're the most dedicated fan base, no matter what the Streamer Awards say.
Oh,
Man
gosh.
cannot take a compliment, and his Britishness makes him struggle to show appreciation or love the way you might expect. But we can all see it. This turtle loves his AI daughters and the journey they've been on together. I mean, just look at the smile while singing with the #1 AI VTuber in the world.
No matter what you do,
I'll stay.
this isn't up to you today.
Oh, that was really good. That was really good. Oh my gosh. That was really good. Oh my gosh. We're not gonna touch this. A lot of people are kind of reacting to something that's none of their business for the content. I'm not one of those. I will not be addressing it. I have no stake in that. But Creative Every Day, you did a really good job on this. Really good job hitting all the important notes. I wish I could have got around to this sooner because my gosh, that was really good. That was really good. Let's switch over here as we wrap up and get ourselves. Oh my, I can't reach. Yee. Cat, I gotta hold you with the other hand. Let's get up here. Oh my gosh. Chinatown Blues brought some tears to my eyes just a little bit. I just realized I'm setting in closer than normal. Normally, oh yeah, you guys have been a part of an experiment too. My little Pompadour thing. I never remember what it's called. It's being cut off though. But you guys are part of a little experiment, with my voice box. I made a little video, a couple nights ago now, talking about how I found a new way to transmit my voice. The way I was doing it before was audio out, going through speakers from my voice box PC, which is the second one, the one that the voice is dedicated to, and feeding that into the microphone, on the first PC, my main PC. But unfortunately, one or both of the motherboards has a fault to it, or there's some sort of something in the air or something. Like I live in an old trailer that has tin siding, so that could be causing interference with the cables. There's a loud tick 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 sound, and I'd have to put it down or put the audio down to 4, which really messed with the quality of the audio, messed with the quality of the voice a lot. And the quality was really bad because I had to turn the gain way up in order to compensate from the audio being low. And that was causing interference that was getting worse. So I looked into a different way of doing it. And that different way of doing it was for the heck of it, I looked to see, like, I know that you can transfer files from one PC to another, so I was like, or over LAN. I was like, I wonder if you could do that with audio. And sure enough, I found a way. And it's stupidly simple. It's just a matter of having OBS on both PCs and having an extension called Teleport that allows me to... All I have to do is have OBS opened on my second PC, my voice box, and it transmits that data over to this PC. There's a little more latency. It put the latency over 1 second, which is not good because my max latency is 950 milliseconds I can work with. So my voice will never truly be in sync again with my mouth. Background stuff will always be in sync with the voice audio, but otherwise, you kind of have to be looking for it to notice because it's only off by... I forget exactly what the amount was, but it's like 50 or 60 milliseconds. I can notice it, but unless you're looking for it, most people probably won't notice the mouth not lining up exactly frame perfect, which bothers me more than you know. Hopefully someday I'll be able to find a way to lower that latency over LAN, but for now, this is my best solution. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Thank you for sticking around. You can let me know how the voice was if you made it this far. There will be little distortions like this, because it picks up on stuff like that regardless. My S's will always have an extra little hiss to them because I have a bit of an overbite. So my S's have an extra sharp sound to them. That can't be helped. But the quality is still considerably better overall because there is no extra tick, 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 tick in the background. And there's no extra static. Or at least there shouldn't be. There wasn't when I tested. I won't know for sure until I go to edit this. Anyway, it's like 2:30 in the morning. It's 3 a.m. I started this at midnight. I started this at 1, actually. Because I had supper at midnight. I set up at midnight. That's what it was. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving the video a like. Truly appreciate it. And you're catching this when it goes live. If you want to stop by a stream, we're currently playing a few different games. Kingdom Come Deliverance. We're playing The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. And maybe Blueprints. That game kind of broke me really bad last stream. To the point that I stepped away for about 20 to 30 minutes and then came back and played silent for about another 20 minutes. And I may have cried a little bit because the game made me legitimately feel that stupid. So I'm not sure if I want to keep going on it on stream anyway. Because people always want to help by telling you what to do, how to solve the puzzles. But that just makes it worse. That just makes it worse. Anyway, I hope everyone has a fantabulous day. Let's hope this works, because it really hasn't been lately. Bye! Nope, it didn't.